Hello children, how are you? Welcome to science class. Here we are going to study chapter 17 of class 8, Stars and the Solar System. Children, on which planet do we live? What do we see in the sky at night? How do the sun rays reach the Earth's atmosphere? We know the answers to all these questions. But here, in this chapter, we are going to study something more. We are going to study about moon, stars, constellation and solar system. So children, when we look at the sky in the night, which is the brightest object in the sky? Yes, it is moon. Children, observe the moon continuously for several nights. If possible, from one full moon to the next. Make a sketch every night in your notebook and note the day from the day of the full moon. Also note every day in which part of the sky, that is east or west, moon is seen. Children, what are phases of moon? Is there a change in shape of the moon every day? Yes, there are days when shape of the moon is a whole disk, and there are days when moon is not visible even if it is a clear sky. Children, the day on which the whole disk of the moon is visible is known as the full moon day. Thereafter, every night, the size of the bright part of the moon appears to become thinner and thinner. On the 15th day, the moon is not visible. This day is known as the new moon day. The next day, only a small portion of the moon appears in the sky. This is known as the crescent moon. Then again, the moon grows larger every day. On the 15th day, once again, we get a full view of the moon. So children, in this way, the various shapes of the bright part of the moon as seen during a month are called phases of the moon. The time period between one full moon to the next full moon is slightly longer than 29 days. In many calendars, this period is called a month. Let us try to understand why phases of the moon occur. Moon does not produce its own light, whereas the sun and other stars do. We see the moon because the sunlight falling on it gets reflected towards us. We therefore see only that part of the moon from which the light of the sun is reflected towards us. Remember that the moon revolves around the earth. The earth, along with the moon, revolves around the sun. Let us know about moon surface. When astronauts landed on the moon, they found that the moon's surface is dusty and barren. There are many craters of different sizes. It also has a large number of steep and high mountains. Some of these are as high as the highest mountains on the earth. On July 21, 1969, the American astronaut Neil Armstrong landed on the moon for the first time. He was followed by Edwin Aldrin. Now let us look at the stars. There is a large number of stars in the sky. Are all stars equally bright? Are they of the same color? In fact, stars emit light of their own. The sun is also a star. Why does it appear so large compared to the other stars? It is because the stars are millions of times farther away than the sun. Therefore, the stars appear to us just like points. The sun is nearly 15 crore kilometers away from the earth. The next nearest star is Proxima Centauri. Some stars are even further away. Such large distances are expressed in another unit known as light year. It is the distance travelled by light in 1 year. Children, how many of you have travelled by train? When you are travelling in a train, you must have observed that it seems like trees are moving and you are not. But actually, it is the train which is moving in the opposite direction. So when we say that sun rises in the east and sets in the west, does it mean that sun is stationary but it is the earth that is moving? Yes, it is true. All stars are stationary and it is the earth which rotates from west to east. Children, there is actually a star, the pole star, which is situated in the direction of the earth's axis. It does not appear to move. What are constellations? The stars forming a group that has a recognizable shape is called a constellation. Constellations were devised by ancient people to be able to recognize stars in the sky. The shapes of constellations resemble objects familiar to those people. One of the most famous constellations which you can see during summer time in the earlier part of the night is Ursa Major. It is also known as the Big Dipper, the Great Bear or the Saptarishi. There are 7 prominent stars in this constellation. It appears like a big ladle or a question mark. Orion is another well-known constellation that can be seen during winter in the late evenings. It is one of the most magnificent constellations in the sky. It also has 7 or 8 bright stars. Orion is also called the Hunter. The 3 middle stars represent the belt of the Hunter. The star Sirius, which is the brightest star in the sky, is located close to Orion. Cassiopeia is another prominent constellation in the northern sky. It is visible during winter in the early part of the night. It looks like a distorted letter W or M. Children, do you know that a constellation does not have only 5 to 10 stars? Actually, it has a large number of stars. However, we can see only the bright stars in a constellation with a naked eye. Let us now talk about the solar system. The sun and the celestial bodies which revolve around it form the solar system. It consists of large number of bodies such as planets, comets, asteroids and meteors. The gravitational attraction between the sun and these objects keeps them revolving around it. There are 8 planets that revolve around the sun. The 8 planets in their order of distance from the sun are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Children, let us know about some members of the solar family. The first planet is Mercury or Budh. The planet Mercury is nearest to the sun. It is the smallest planet of our solar system. Because Mercury is very close to the sun, it is very difficult to observe it, as most of the time it is hidden in the glare of the sun. However, it can be observed just before sunrise or just after sunset near the horizon. So it is visible only at places where trees or buildings do not obstruct the view of the horizon. Mercury has no satellite of its own. Children, the second planet is Venus or Shukra. Venus is Earth's nearest planetary neighbor. It is the brightest planet in the sky. Sometimes Venus appears in the eastern sky before sunrise. Sometimes it appears in the western sky just after sunset. Therefore, it is often called a morning or an evening star, although it is not a star. Venus has no moon or satellite of its own. Rotation of Venus on its axis is somewhat unusual. It rotates from east to west, while the Earth rotates from west to east. Children, let us talk about our own planet, that is, the Earth or Prithvi. The Earth is the only planet in the solar system on which life is known to exist. Some special environmental conditions are responsible for the existence and continuation of life on the Earth. These include just the right distance from the Sun so that it has the right temperature range, the presence of water and suitable atmosphere, and a blanket of ozone. If we look from space, the Earth appears blue-green due to the reflection of light from water and landmass on its surface. The axis of rotation of the Earth is not perpendicular to the plane of its orbit. The tilt is responsible for the change of seasons on the Earth. Children, the Earth has only one moon. Now let us discuss about the next planet, that is Mars or Mangal. The next planet, the first outside the orbit of the Earth, is Mars. It appears slightly reddish and therefore it is also called the red planet. Mars has two small natural satellites. Children, the next planet is Jupiter or Brihaspati. Jupiter is the largest planet of the solar system. It is so large that about 1300 Earths can be placed inside this giant planet. However, the mass of Jupiter is only about 318 times that of our Earth. It rotates very rapidly on its axis. The next planet of our solar system is Saturn or Shani. Beyond Jupiter is Saturn, which appears yellowish in color. What makes it unique in the solar system is its beautiful rings. These rings are not visible with the naked eye. You can observe them with a small telescope. Saturn also has a large number of satellites. One interesting fact about Saturn is that it is the least dense among all the planets. Children, its density is even less than that of water. The last two planets of the solar system are Uranus and Neptune. These are the outermost planets of the solar system. They can be seen only with the help of large telescopes. Like Venus, Uranus also rotates from east to west. The most remarkable feature of Uranus is that it has highly tilted rotational axis. As a result, in its orbital motion, it appears to roll on its side. The first four planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, are much nearer to Sun than the other four planets. They are called the inner planets. The inner planets have very few moons. The planets outside the orbit of Mars, namely Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, are much farther off than the inner planets. They are called the outer planets. They have a ring system around them. The outer planets have large number of moons. Children, there are some other bodies which revolve around the sun. They are also members of the solar system. Let us study about them. First of them is asteroids. There is a large gap in between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. This gap is occupied by a large number of small objects that revolve around the sun. These are called asteroids. Asteroids can only be seen through large telescopes. Now, what are comets? Comets are also members of our solar system. They revolve around the sun in highly elliptical orbits. However, their period of revolution around the sun is usually very long. A comet appears generally as a bright head with a long tail. The length of the tail grows in size as it approaches the sun. The tail of a comet is always directed away from the sun. Many comets are known to appear periodically. One such comet is Halley's Comet, which appears after nearly every 76 years. It was last seen in 1986. Children, let us talk about meteors and meteorites. At night, when the sky is clear and the moon is not there, you may sometimes see bright streaks of light in the sky. These are commonly known as shooting stars, although they are not stars. They are called meteors. A meteor is usually a small object that occasionally enters the Earth's atmosphere. At that time, it has a very high speed. The friction due to the atmosphere heats it up. It glows and evaporates quickly. That is why the bright streak lasts for a very short time. Some meteors are large and so they can reach the earth before they evaporate completely. The body that reaches the earth is called a meteorite. Meteorites help scientists in investigating the nature of the material from which the solar system was formed. Children, let us now study about artificial satellites. There are a number of artificial satellites which are orbiting the Earth. Artificial satellites are man-made. They are launched from the Earth. They revolve around the Earth much closer than Earth's natural satellite, that is, Moon. India has built and launched several artificial satellites. Aryabhatta was the first Indian satellite. Some other Indian satellites are INSAT, IRS, Kalpana 1, EduSat, etc. Artificial satellites have many practical applications. They are used for forecasting weather, transmitting television and radio signals. They are also used for telecommunication and remote sensing. So children, let us summarize what we have studied today. Stars are celestial bodies that emit light of their own. Our sun is also a star. Stars appear to move from east to west. The pole star appears to be stationary from the earth because it is situated close to the direction of the axis of rotation of the earth. Constellations are groups of stars that appear to form recognizable shapes. Moon is the natural satellite of the earth. Moon neither has water nor has an atmosphere. Artificial satellites are used for weather forecasting, long distance communication and remote sensing. Children, let us do a few questions to recapitulate what we have done today. Question number 1. Which is the largest planet of our solar system? You are given 4 options. A. Mercury, B. Jupiter, C. Saturn and D. Uranus. So children, which is the largest planet of our solar system? Yes, we have studied it that it is B part, Jupiter. Question number 2. Earth is the only planet on which life exists. So children, is this statement true or false? Certainly it is true. Question number 3. The groups of stars which resemble a recognizable shape is called A. Constellation, B. Atmosphere, C. Asteroid and D. Comet. So which is the right answer, children? Yes, it is A part, constellation. Question number 4. Match the following. Children, here in column A you are given Inset, Venus, Great Bear and Mars. In column B you are given constellation, red in color, artificial satellite and morning star. Let us try to match the first column with the second column. Children, you know that Inset is an artificial satellite. So we match Inset with artificial satellite. Venus is a morning star. Great Bear is a group of stars, so it is a constellation. So what is left? Mars. We all know that Mars is red in color. So children, wasn't this chapter interesting? The vastness of the night sky has always intrigued humankind. So keep growing, keep learning, keep observing. Thank you and have a nice day.